bleed. And at some point in their life, all women bleed. And once you turned on to that, it's like, it's like the first time a man sees his child being born. You won't ever
But
look at a
see,
vagina the
that's the
same
more
way ever again.
misinformation. But that's more misinformation because not every woman has a period. Not every woman can give birth. So that's not true. But I'm gonna get down. But I just was trying to figure
I
out like
got
why
you.
you went like you know what I'm saying. But don't let that mess with you in the future because you don't want to be 60, 70 around here paying $40 for coochie because you ain't got no woman because you don't let her
No,
traumatize you, baby.
I'm good. I was good at practicing before, and I'll be good well after. Every so often, the pond far overtake me, and I go take a nice sabbatical ice shower, whatever, and I'm good for another couple years. But I'm not traumatized like everybody think. Actually, she helped me in a way she can't understand. She helped me to see something. It was always there. It was always there. I just never was aware of it. Isaac Newton sat under a tree and gravity just didn't pop into existence. He just his mind was just open for a second, wide enough to be able to grasp the relative principle of something like that and how it applies to multiple things. I feel like if she hadn't opened my eyes the way that she did, it's a good chance that I'd have got taken. I might still not be here. I'd have got worse somewhere else. It just, it's a possibility. I don't know, but that's how I look at it. I don't look at it like I lost anything. I realized, like, I feel like I learned and I grew and it made me better. Like
So
I
how
just
many
me.
kids do you have by her?
Biologically, none.
Hmm.
I mean, spiritually, four.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, again, I just wanted to know. I was listening to what you were saying, so I just was like a little confused. I'm a different breed. I ain't putting up with none of that. So I was just confused. Like, damn, you must have been like her coochie must have unicorns, rainbows, gold
No,
pieces,
no,
$1,000 bills,
nothing
all kind
like
for you to
that.
go through all of
Not
that.
diddly. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think Muriel was probably either the worst or second to the worst ever.
Oh, damn.
And I mean, but it wasn't that. It was just the illusion. I had a concept in my mind, and initially she was working at trying to make it appear as such, or that not necessarily that she was there, but that she could grow into that with ease. She just needed it was like it was
Wait a minute.
clay and it just needed to be molded. And so that I was so awestruck with the illusion and the fact that maybe life is better than what I was starting to believe, and it in fact was not, and that everything came to exactly what it's supposed to be. She helped me in other ways. It taught me about my business relationships, how to detest financial manipulation. I done had instances before where I done had clients where I go to start a job and I'm like, you know what? Normally, I would have just kind of worked through the yellow flags on this one, but that one I'm gonna have to call a solid third red flag. Here is your money back minus the little bit for my time. I'm sorry I can't do this, but I know this not gonna work, and I'm not gonna fuck myself. I've been taught better than that. Have a nice day. Bye.
So the
So that's
trauma
how I
was a
look at
learning
it.
lesson for
Like,
you.
yeah, I'm like, she don't even
Okay.
know it, but she partially helped responsible to why I'm successful today and made money as much as I do. She
Next
talking
time,
about
just
making
take some
40 G's
sign up
on
for some
bingo.
classes.
Like,
Next time, just sign up for some financial classes, baby. Don't put yourself through that. I'm gonna get down. I wish you the best, but yeah, it was that's a lot. But you have a good day. I'm still in the comments, but y'all have a good
most
day.
certainly.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Right, Miss Bellamy. He should totally
Okay,
reach
I
out
had
to
a call,
Tommy,
y'all.
warn
But
him.
but I didn't hear how you said how you feel. And I do apologize for her. Joseph, if you're still here, I would like to ask you one thing. Hello?
Joseph, are you back?
Yeah, I'm still here.
In the midst of that, y'all, I done got my whole damn phone wet. Give me a second. Hello? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I done spilled damn Canada Dry all over my damn phone. And the bottom of it is cracked. And I'm like, Lord, please don't let no water get up in there. But but I did hear what you said, Joseph. And you know what? Man, look, I give you all the respect. I take my hat off to you, for even having to go through that or deal with her as long as you did a year, that's a long time. And I understand when we love people, love do make you do some crazy things. But I get it. You said it was the potential that you thought she had in her. That's what kept you around for so long. And I get it because she do talk a good game. And you know what? After I had listened to you before, I did go back and I viewed the dance that her and him had, right? Their first dance. And that man was crying. She was talking to him during the dance, and it was like no one else was there but her and him. It's almost like she's hypnotizing men. Y'all might think I sound crazy, but that's what it's giving. Is he giving that for y'all? Young Candy, Joseph? Maybe you could, say yes or no. I don't
I'm on,
know.
yeah,
It's like
I'm
she's
on the
finna
same
sell
line.
on them, right? It's like I'm making you all these promises. Yes, we're gonna sell property. I'm getting my GED. I love only you. It's like she's grooming
Mhm.
them in the beginning, you
Succubus.
know.
Yes, Mrs. Bellamy. She's a fucking
hmm
succubus. That's that sex demon. That's why she
And
practiced
she's
that
using sex
nasty.
exactly as a
Right.
tactic. Do
And
you
then you
feel
gotta
like that,
think
Joseph?
she
Yeah.
doesn't shower. So maybe, just maybe sitting around marinating in that funky pussy, maybe that's got something to do with it. Like it's releasing some kind of toxin or something. Like we would
And
never
not
know
so
because we
much a
can't relate.
toxin,
Ain't
but
none
I'm
of
gonna
us
be
go
real
that
with
long
you,
without
young
washing
King.
our ass.
Some men like the way women smell because they give off certain pheromones. That is very true. Some men like natural smells and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you like this: anything dealing with blood and all of that, like men. Let me just say this, right? When a woman comes on her menstrual, they could bleed very lightly, either at the beginning or the end. She could have asked them to give her head, well, not head, but to go down on her, and they don't even know what they looking up down there. It could be the blood mixed in with it. And I'm gonna be
Um,
honest with y'all. If that happens to men, they do get possessed over these women. They do. It's the God honest truth. Like, I don't know what it does or whatever, but it makes them never want to leave. They stay wrapped
okay.
up in the woman. They do.
I am not her slave as a reiteration. I am
I
not
never
under
say
some.
that.
Okay, I just want to
I
reiterate
never
on that.
said
And I
slave.
just,
I never
yeah,
said slave out of my mouth. I don't know where that came from. Did somebody put in the comments when I
no,
was wiping my phone down?
that's the
Oh,
word
okay.
that came to mind.
No, 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 no. And I'm not trying to. This is what I mean. Okay.
I get it. It
Did
almost
you
feel like
did y'all have oral sex together?
I don't even want to go there because again, that make
Okay,
it
well
sound
never
dirty.
mind. Fast forward. It's all good. Let's just say you did, right? Hypothetical. Let's leave it hypothetical, okay? Let's just say you
Okay.
did. Or did she ever make spaghetti for you?
Oh God.
Just yes or no, Joseph.
Um, Yeah.
Hmm? Okay.
Yeah.
Now look, and I'm gonna say this: none of this is none of the man's fault. I don't want you to think I'm blaming you. I don't want you to think I'm calling you a slave or like a Muriel slave or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be honest. That's just me. I don't mean no harm, no foul to nobody. Okay, but now me growing up, my grandmother definitely told us about the women in the menstrual cycle, the
Mhm.
spaghetti sauces, where to stay away from, and stuff like that. And like women like her, she says she's the fourth generation. So her grandmothers would have instilled this in her or said something to her about it. You get what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
doesn't
I get it.
necessarily have to even be spaghetti. It could be right. It could be anything that you could put it in and won't nobody know but them. And I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
be real with you, Joseph. I know a lady. She has 3 men. She's allowed to do whatever the fuck she want to do. She talks to them like dog. I mean, all the way down, and all of them will still show up whenever she called. Okay. Now, what she did, I went to one card party over that lady house. I kid y'all not, one, and that was enough for me. She had a potty spaghetti made. Then she barbecued ribs. These two items, ribs, spaghetti, right? I don't eat at people's houses. Never have, never will. I don't accept drinks from people in their home. Never will. Only way I do that, it got to be sealed. I got to see you pulling out the package and everything. I'm down to it like that. But this lady, one man showed up, the other man showed up. It was almost a fight. Somebody drew a gun, all that. And it was over her. All of it was over her. And she said, "Oops, I got this little secret sauce work, girl." Don't you know? She even said after everything was over, she has vows basically of her menstrual cycle put up.
Hmm. Well, all I can say is at
And
least you
she's
can kind of
added
see
it to
now when you
them,
say
and
my
those
eyes
men
open.
are still crazy about that woman to this day. It's like she can do whatever, cheat, talk to whoever, and they never leave. They don't. I'm not saying that's what happened to you. And also, she said, yeah, like when she's on, she's had them go down there while she's on heavily, and then it was the last one, and she was like, nah, he won't with it. but he licked it up and didn't even know it. And y'all won't know because what she did, she said she went and took a cold shower. Water will make you go off for a little while. She took the shower in the bath and sat in the bath, and it made her go off enough to where when he went down there, he couldn't see it, but he was still consuming it and didn't even know. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. This. Well, like I
Yeah,
said again, all it does is let me know. Again, my eyes are open. I realize that every woman does not do that, but
yeah.
unfortunately, you can tell which ones do and which ones don't. So
But Joseph, can
there's
I ask
that.
you, did you ever go to counseling after her?
Huh?
Did you ever go to counseling after her?
I don't
Or
believe in
no?
counseling. No,
Okay.
I don't believe in therapy.
Mm. Can I ask you why?
Well,
I know
because
everybody got their own belief. You just think like what,
I'm
like
a man of
they
science.
it's a waste of
I'm
time
basically
or
Well, basically,
they don't really
I mean,
help.
however you want to, it's, I wouldn't say a waste of time because some people, I'm sure it does help. It's just me and a
Right.
science. So logically speaking, to the best way to correct an issue is to do what you did, but in reverse. If you fuck something up,
Mm.
you did whatever you did to fuck it up, but in reverse. That's how you fix it. You know, talking about it don't fix nothing. That just cost me some money and waste a bunch of time.
Okay, so how do I reverse it? Because I'm
Whatever it
trying to
is.
pick up some stuff out
If
for my own
if
self.
well, I
My
mean, whatever the
transgender.
instance of
Because this is
any
what I'm
good
trying to
thing
figure out,
is.
right, Joseph? I'm trying to figure out
uh
how do I not attract men of the same, thing, like what the other two men did to me. Like, how do I not attract that? It's like I don't, I'm not seeking these same men. You know
Something
what I
I
mean?
assess got to be similar enough to the last instance to get you back in the same spectrum. It's like if you were doing something that was completely indifferent, then the result would obviously be completely indifferent. You have to have something that's rooted in that direction for it to keep going in that direction. I'm sure that those two men or the multiples of men aren't the exact same people, but they got specific traits because those traits are traits that you aren't filtering out.
But I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, the first relationship I was in, right? That was my kid's father. I was 15.
Uh,
He was 19. I didn't have sex with him until I was 18. I got pregnant at 19 and had our son at 20. Okay.
uh-huh,
Now, I didn't know that, he was a little drug dealer around the way or whatever. He didn't present himself like
uh-huh,
that to me. All right. And then when I found out that I stayed, yes. That I worked, yes. But it was like, he ended up getting busted and doing some time, right? But I told him,
uh-huh,
you have to get your GED. You have to at least get an associate's degree. I'm not, or you cannot come back here. And I meant that. He did that. Did he get a job after he came out? Yes. Okay, cool. Then when he and I ended, I waited about 6 years before, I never date. I never been out on a date with nobody, y'all. Like, except, me and him going to movies, doing family stuff like that. Now, with the second guy, okay, he presented himself to me as a entrepreneur. Okay, three businesses. Didn't know anything about anything illegal. Then, hey, he got, you know what I'm saying? He finally comes out with it, and I'm like, oh wow. So you're doing businesses, but you're also doing this as well. So what did I do to attract that? Nothing. They falsely like presented themselves as other people to me. So how do I backtrack and reverse? What am I doing? What am I reversing that I did?
again, that's
You
kind of
get what
hard
I'm saying?
to be
Yeah,
really
like, because
specific
I'm like, what
about,
the fuck
but
did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do that was wrong? Other than being in school, like going by what you tell me. And of course, ended up finding out you lied to me the whole time. And then the next one, the same thing. Presented himself in a different light. And then I ended up finding out, oh, but you also got your hand over here. So I'm just like, WTF. And how he and I met was actually at a gas station. He pumped my gas for me. It was like, oh, let me get your number, da 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 da, like that. Because I don't
Yeah,
really go
maybe it's
anywhere. I'm
just a
online.
more of a situation and instance type of thing. It sounds like maybe more so the type of demeanor you present necessarily brings in those type. Maybe you give a demeanor off that they're like, okay, she's this type of woman, and so I mean, could
Well,
be any
I'm gonna
number of
tell you,
things, but
just
there is
I'm gonna
something
tell you my
consistent.
demeanor that men. Okay, I asked one guy. I was like, because he was like, I've always been interested in you, but I was nervous to approach you, and I was like, why? Because he said you got your shit together, and he was
Uh-huh.
like, that intimidated him.
Right. But that's what I
Am I
mean. It's
wrong?
like maybe it's
Yeah,
just there's
like,
it,
you know what I
um,
mean? It's like, you know, I dress modest. I am a modest dresser. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing extraordinary, like, oh, wow, you know what I'm saying, is this or that. Like, I'm a nice dresser. Like, I'm not, well, all of that, whatever. Like, when I go out, to me, I'm just like regular, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, when I talked to him on the phone, he was just like, yeah, I was just always, like intimidated. Like I was scared to even say hey to you. I was like, why? And he said, well, just because, you work, you have a home, you got a, car, you know, um, your children go to, private school. I'm like, what that got to do with anything? Like, so I don't know. I don't know why I would intimidate somebody. Like, how do I not intimidate people then? Maybe. I don't know. Damn, young Candy, you
mhm.
could have gave me your input, girl. What do y'all think in the comments? Right, it depended. Yes, Smitty. Yeah, that part. I do
Yeah,
give that off.
part of it.
Is that bad? Are men not attracted to that? So men would rather have a woman than they need to help. So I would have to seem like I need help to attract men. Is
Well,
that
it's
it?
not just that. It's just that there are certain
Hey,
traits I think
friend.
too
Thanks
on
for
both
coming back.
ends
Hey,
that like I think that to
everybody
a
wants
certain
every
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Everybody wants to feel needed in a relationship. If you don't feel
mm-hmm.
needed, what's the point?
right. Yeah, just I
Yeah.
assume to some degree that every woman at some point want to somewhat be a damsel in distress as much as every real man to some point and degree want to be a knight in shining armor. Just
Right,
feel to
right.
it that come
Mm-hmm.
with the genitalia, I guess. I don't know. That's
Right,
God,
right, right. So, but you were
But
saying basically, did you say because you thought about her potential, like you was like, I know she could do this, I know it, and I get that part, and you wanted the
it's not that I
best for
knew she
her.
could. I just didn't see why she couldn't.
Couldn't. Okay, right.
Right. I didn't see what was really holding her back. I still
Her
don't see
back.
what's holding her back. All the crazy
Me
she
neither.
talk and all the stuff she want to do, she could accomplish this stuff. She just
Right.
not willing to actually put the real work in. She just want
Right.
to put a little bit in and then claim that it worked out exactly like that, and it don't. Like, of course you ain't about to just pick up a damn blade and be, but if you practice at it
Neither.
nonstop, you're gonna cut yourself a hell of a times, but eventually you're gonna
Right.
actually be able to say this. It's the
Right.
difference.
Okay, Smitty, let me ask you something else while I got you up here. So, okay, how could I present myself more approachable, you think, to men? Like, I don't know.
I probably stopped looking. That seems like, first of all, figure out the exact things that you did that were consistent amongst all of the ones that you don't want to be, that you did that were not working out for you, and then do something total opposite. If you were in each situation approached by them and you were really open about it and started talking to them from the get go, play hard to get the next time. whatever. But you got to do
And
something. The way I could tell you that what won't happen to me with her happen again is because I'm not messing with anybody again. So I know it can't happen no more. See?
but okay, but Joseph, is that really an answer? It's not. You know what it is?
Well,
You
can it
gotta get
happen
right.
anymore? There are
Well,
other
hold on,
answers, but it indefinitely
Joseph.
can't.
But
Just
wait a
hear
minute,
me
Woo.
out.
Maybe you
Mm.
attracting them get money niggas. I mean, not get money men. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Like instead of the dude that's actively still hustling, go for the retired street pharmacists. You know what I mean? The ones that are done
Mhm.
with their kind of life and really just want to focus on their family
Mm.
and building because they still business
Right.
minded. They still business
Young
savvy. Probably
Candy,
took their
that's
money and made it legit. Yeah, just get one of them.
right. But
Yeah.
Young Candy, I'm gonna be
Whatever
real
it
with
is,
you,
just
girl.
indifferently from the
It's like,
last.
but let me ask you this though, Joseph. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
that what you just said, it don't. It's okay. I'm a type of person like make it make sense, right? And that ain't gonna
Uh-huh.
make no kind of sense because guess what? You're only
Uh-huh.
32 years old. You're 32. You're a very nice guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you almost are shutting the world out just so it won't
No,
happen
I
again.
don't look at
But
it like
but wait,
that.
but wait, but wait, but wait, but wait, wait. Just let me finish,
I'm
please.
listening. I'm sorry.
And it's almost okay. It's cool. It's almost like okay, I'm gonna make sure it don't happen no more. I'm not gonna talk to anybody or be open to anyone. And it's almost like you're covering the problem up instead of facing it. We can't go in life like that. Just
It's
so it
not
won't
that I'm not
happen again, and
facing it.
you'll
It's
never
just it's
talk to
not enough
nobody.
time. I got a bunch of
Right.
other stuff that I could be focusing my lifetime with. I mean, I got stuff that
Ain't
I
nothing wrong with
really
that.
want to
And you could
do.
do both.
You
Right.
think
You might
so?
have a
I
woman out
thought
here.
so some
Listen,
time
but you
ago,
might
but
have a woman.
unfortunately, I've been
Listen,
shown that I
you
can't.
listen, it is women out here that really want to be married, really want to be in relationships, have homes, open up businesses with their husbands, stuff like that. It's more of them than it is bums like Mario. You just had a fucking bum that could
Facts.
manipulate men. That's it.
I agree
It's
with you.
strong
I
women
agree
out
with you
here.
wholeheartedly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. The one thing you keep missing is that I, with my mindset, can never be sure of what the differences are. When you have been shown and taught that the color green is blue, and your understanding that the color green is blue to only be told one day that that's incorrect, it changes your perspective on how you see things from now on. Even
Mhm.
though now you know blue is blue and green is green, you're gonna start questioning everything. Well, are you sure? Well, let me double check and make sure that's not some augmented turquoise or whatever else. It's like obviously I'm
Word.
sure that there are plenty of them are not like that, and they can be
He's
it's
32,
it's not
Diva.
just
He's
that I've
32.
tried it and it's affected
Hmm.
other potential relationships that I've gone into the same way. I see certain traits or certain things and it instantly make me feel like I'm
And it
right
turns
back
you
in the
off.
midst of that.
Hmm.
And
Right.
that's where I can't get
And you know
past. It's
what?
just it's
Right. And you
yeah.
know what? And Joseph, I hear your frustration and I feel it. And and I'm gonna say this, right? It's like, how could I say it? Um, I know exactly what you mean, and but this the thing. I'm
Do
not
you
saying
really?
go in with your guards all. Hold on, I'm not saying go in with your guards all the way down. The only thing I'm saying is you have to give people a chance. Like
Hmm.
and I'm not saying once you see the first red flag, oh, cancel everything. No, just I mean, and what is wrong with making friends first? That's a lot of things that people don't do. It's like she rushed this marriage, right? She didn't become that man friend. She doesn't know that man for real. I mean,
Right.
they should still be in the honeymoon stages. She was showing pictures the other day. Oh, look at the ambiance. It was so nice. Now look at the man hallway. It's full of junk because of her. There's no one else there
Right.
but her and him. So y'all are just married. Why isn't the ambiance still being done? Why aren't you still putting the candles out and y'all having, you know what I'm saying, romantic night
Easy.
or
It wasn't there
whatever?
to begin
Like,
with.
why aren't y'all being loving and affectionate
Right.
to each other? Right.
Well, you heard her say he liked me on the pain meds. Like, what the fuck?
Yes.
That's a strange.
Yes.
That's a
And
strange
she
thing to
said
say.
that
Yeah,
their
whatever
sex
that's
was so
supposed to
much
mean.
better after he saw her blood and gore, and then gonna say the real truth that, oh, but our sex was the best. I'm on my pain meds. That goes to show
Mhm.
you she loves being high. The girl is a addict, and that's what
Hearing
he's gonna
herself
have to
talk.
face and realize. Hmm. But I get what she's doing. She's listen what she's doing. She's confiding in these men. They doing pillow talk, right, y'all? They just had sex, best sex, whatever. Then they land in the bed and they're talking to each other, right? And the man is being vulnerable to her. She's not being vulnerable to anyone because she's a
She's lying.
pathological liar. Right.
Uh,
She can't be. She don't feel, she don't love, she don't feel pain, she don't feel hurt, she don't feel nothing. That's why she's a psychopath and a sociopath. And
yeah,
people
but
have to
meanwhile, she got
recognize
your
that.
mind convinced that she do all of this stuff. That she do care and that
Exactly.
all of this stuff. And so that's the psychological fuck up for it all. It's like,
Yeah, it's a psychological warfare. I get it. You're at war
I
with her
get,
when you're with her.
I hear y'all,
And
and because I heard a couple others speak on it too, and I hear it wholeheartedly, and I can't stress enough. I totally understand that everybody is not the same, but unfortunately, I cannot reach into the depths of your being and see how close it is to mine. And you could show me, people be married for 10, 15 years and never know that their husband was a murderer or a rapist or a bunch of stuff, and it's like, I just cannot wake up one day to that realization because I'll never wake up to it. I'm not.
you
My
don't
eyes
want to
are
be hurt
open.
again,
I'm
Joseph.
always be
Let's
stuck
call it what it
there,
is.
knowing that it's not
Joseph,
absolutity.
Joseph, you don't want to be hurt again. Just admit it.
I
That's what
don't
it
want to
is.
be a fool.
We're here.
I'm not a fool. I'm
It's
not a
not being
fool.
a
I am
fool.
nobody's
It's
slave.
not
I'm
being a
not.
fool.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's just
And I'm
it.
gonna tell
Fool
you
me
this,
once, shame on
and I'm
you.
gonna tell
Can't
you
fool
this.
me
My
twice.
heart, my heart goes out to you because I hear it and I understand. This lady really hurt you, but she also hurt others, multiple people, even her children, her family. And you know what? And it's like by you being able to recognize that, that's 1,000% good. I'm so happy that you can see it, right? And like you said, you would have wanted closure. Muriel spoke on that. She said she feels as if she don't owe anyone anything. She don't owe anyone an explanation on why she never called them again or why she's uninterested in them. Okay, that's fine, Muriel. You don't have to give that to him. But Joseph, you got to give it to yourself. You got to give
I was
yourself
supposed
the
to.
closure and the love that you need.
I don't know how to necessarily give myself the closure, but I guess as close as I can get to it is just to be
You want?
aware, to
I'm gonna
take,
tell you.
like I said, take from the
I'm gonna tell
situation
you.
what I learned. It'll.
Just look. Look at the situation, like you said. Look at the situation. You know what she did to you. We don't know everything, and I'm sure it's a lot of stuff that you haven't even disclosed. And I salute you for
So
that.
yeah,
But how you can give it to Joseph is by loving Joseph every day, and and accepting the fact, okay, she didn't treat me my best. Fine. That's her. And trust me, she's going to get her karma for that. That lady is so unhappy, Joseph. Like, misery loves company, right? And she's one miserable woman on all levels. She don't love. She don't hate. Like, it's like she don't know what no emotions are like we do. You understand? Her
uh-huh.
mental is not there. It's really not. And we all do have feelings, okay?
Yes, and
And
like
but the
Miss
thing
Bellamy
and the,
said, write that shit down and burn it. I
right,
strongly agree.
right.
Yeah, that to me is like
And
therapy though, writing it down and burn. Well, I mean, at least you save some money.
it could be therapy. It could be. And that's what's up because that's getting rid of soul ties as well. I mean, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. when we lay down with these people, we're not only sleeping with them, but we're sleeping with the other people that they slept with. We don't know what kind of other energy, Muriel has harvested over from other men and this app. And it's like, but you got to get over that hump for you. And I'm going to tell you what, I understand. I don't ever want to be hurt again. Like, I've been hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I had my kid's father, he slept with my aunt. Do you know the type of hurt and pain that was? A
Like,
family member, a lady that raised me.
wow.
That was the ultimate, bruh. The ultimate. And I look at it like this. I don't have to go out here and you know how some people say, "Oh, I'm gonna get back by sleeping with this person." No, it's not get back. You're only defiling your own body. I'm not gonna lower myself and my morals because he did wrong. My wrong ain't gonna make it right.
Yeah,
I
this
had
is
to end
true.
up forgiving her, and I'm gonna tell you, you got to forgive Muriel. You might not want to, but you're gonna have to find it in your heart to forgive her for all the bullshit she did to you, so you can get over. You know what I'm saying? Like this little hump, because it's not huge. It's very minute. Because she's not very important in life. But, and also, you can't forget about it. Everybody always say forgive and forget. The thought will never leave out of your mind. I think about it every single day. I had to go and see her the other day. I had to talk to this woman the other day. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But rising above and being the bigger person is always the best route to go. And it will be healing for you. Even if you just start, I just said this the other day, and I'm taking my own advice, starting a journal and journal about either your feelings, if any thoughts that came up for that day, how you really felt about it. Give yourself a minute, go back and read over it and be like, wow, really? Whatever your thoughts is about it, just journal it. And you can even journal like our relationship and what was going on, how y'all met, what things y'all used to do, what was the pros and the cons, what did you like about her, what didn't you like about her. And then once you face all of this stuff and get in a good place with you, you're going to be able to move on in whatever type of way you want.
Right. And don't fret or be vexed because a lot of people, you literally dealt with a demon firsthand.
Yeah,
A lot of people can't even survive that for real. She's a
right.
real demon, a real demonic soul.
Thank you,
And this
Diva.
ain't even
She
just me
is.
talking shit. Like, genuinely,
Right.
she's a real demon.
Yeah. And and I'm just, I appreciate you. I'm just glad you're able to come up and even say like some of the things that you shared, because that's a lot too. Because a lot of people, you know what they want to do? They want it to be erased like it never happened, and that can't happen because it did
That's how
happen.
I feel though. But that's how I feel. I want to that. If you want me to heal from this,
Right.
you could hypnotize me to forget this, like it never
I
happened,
know.
or go back in time.
Hmm.
Like I would literally, I don't need no closure.
You
Y'all
would
can
give
keep that
anything for
shit.
that. I get
I
it.
just want
Hey,
this trauma. I like it never
yeah, you want
happened.
it like out of your
Once the
brain. I
can is open,
know.
it's open.
You wanted like, bitch, this should never happen. Don't I know? Let me
Like
tell you, because
seriously,
I
like we
told her the
all
whole. Let
speculate
me say,
heaven and hell is real, but
I
what if you
told her them.
really knew
Look,
exactly what
Joseph, I
hell
went out there.
was? Wouldn't that change how you look at
Listen,
life?
Joseph, listen. I went out there when I found out. I told her that motherfucker car, and I said, "Would you want this to be you, or you just gonna let me do the car?" It really won't no asking. I said, it's either you or the car. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay. I thought so. And then I walked my little high yellow happy go lucky ass right over there and asked her, hey, come outside because she was staying in my grandmother's house. If it wasn't that house was my grandmother's, I would have busted a window open and drug her through that motherfucker. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. I get it. Trust me. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah, it's
You
like
want it
I got
gone.
to a point where her, because I'm not even a violent person, but with my
Right. Me
mindset,
neither.
she put me in ways I thought about things that I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
conceive of. I had to go do other
Mm-hmm.
things to preoccupy my mind with more productive thought patterns.
Right.
Like my
Right.
closure is leveling a city block.
Mm-hmm. All I know, bro.
Seriously. Houses and
Mm-hmm.
all. Cars, dogs, the whole 9 yards. Like it's that's why it's another thing. It's like I don't I hear you guys speak about it, and that mentally helped the other aspect of stuff. I'm glad that the children are away from that now, because that was a huge portion of it. But as far as I'm concerned, that's another reason why I don't be on that often. On today, because I got off early and I just nothing better. I'm about to go get some lunch in a split, but I want to forget it. I know I can't forget it. I know that can of orange is open and it won't just disappear, but I just want to be aware of it. I don't ever want to step in that puddle again, and anything that remotely resemble it, I want to look in the opposite direction. I mean, it could be coming right at me and I don't even want to see it.
Yeah, I get it.
And then the worst of it too is I don't want to offend a few other people, because it's especially more lately. It, I'd say last 60 days or so, because I'm not usually one to notice women interest in me. I've just never been really good at it, and been definitely more predominant lately. And so that's been a weird situation too, because I don't know how to be politely diversive about it and not come off like a stuck-up asshole or anything, but still not have to go into insane detail of explaining, like, look, this is a nerve you don't understand. Like it's indifferent. You can get mad about the situation that you went through, and as many other people go through stuff, and feel anger and want to hurt that person. But here I am with the capability and the knowledge to do some catastrophic stuff, and I gotta balance that. So that's why I try to keep away from the thought pattern of it. Like that's not no joke. Like it reminds me of the emotion that I felt the day that I left, because there was, I had such a bitterness towards how I felt about not just myself, but how I felt like trash. Did I not only did I feel that I felt I wanted to hurt her. It was hard to put my mind there, because I'm not that type of person at all. And it's not just like, no, I don't want to shoot you, I don't want to stab you or nothing. No, I'm like you don't know who you messing with.
Right.
Like I will put you
Yeah.
on public display and blow your body up in front of a police station as you screaming, and it'll be to fuck you up just because you don't know that they can't do shit to fucking save you. You think you
Right.
crazy? Try genius crazy that's unstable.
Right. And you know what?
Like,
And that's all the stuff that you need to get out, Joseph. Trust me.
no, but that's what I mean. That's why I can't get out. To me, there is not a lot of real talk about it, and talking does nothing. To me,
Right.
it does nothing but. I mean, sometimes it don't cost, but if it's to a therapist, usually it's costing me money and it's just wasting a bunch of time. Action speaks stuff. She said herself, if she don't want to give the closure, I won't ever get that closure. But I won't give her the satisfaction of ending her, not for a spectacle for that,
Yeah.
because although for a split second, I'm sure it would have a sweet spot, everything else would totally be relinquished of who I am, and I know that I have that power. Nobody can
Right.
ever take that away, and that's why I won't ever be that kind of vulnerable again. I didn't take in all of the right kind of precautions to not have to go through this. I have coped and gotten better with it, and I'm sure it won't affect. I mean, it doesn't affect my friendship relationships and stuff, and I just don't have. I mean, especially since my last one didn't go so well after that, I just stray away from romantic interest altogether, and it's fine. I don't need any extra talk. I'm not screwed. I don't know. I feel okay. I feel like
Yeah.
it's right to me. It
Hey,
feels
okay,
like
if
it's
that's
right.
working for you, you know what? And guess what? When the time is right, Joseph, everything's gonna fall into place. Trust me. We don't have any control over our lives. Our lives, like basically, in a way, we're
Yuppers.
just living them out. It's kind of already written, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
I
The
feel
more you
like
try to
whatever
control
your
it, the more it go haywire.
I feel like whatever our destiny, whatever we were predestined to, that's what our destiny is going to be. That's just like I said, people, whatever is for you, no one can take that away from you. You know why? They can try, they can put little roadblocks up, here and there, because that's how life is. Also, we go through things so we can mature and learn. Yes.
Yep.
And this I would look at as a learning experience, and I
Oh
would
yeah.
level up
Hands on.
off of it. Yes, it was a learning experience. And,
Yes.
unfortunately, it played on your heart and your mind. But as I said, when it's time for you, Joseph, trust me, it will be. You can tell me, oh, boo, no, never it won't, never it won't. It will be.
Well, again, and I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say. Like eventually to that point, but I know personally, the kind of trust and the kind of love and the kind of respect and the devotion that I had, I can never, I know beyond a reason, as surely as I know that the sun will rise or not, which most predominantly it will, but the possibility that it could not is still there. But it's one of the two
Right?
is that I won't ever be that kind of vulnerable again. I can't.
Mhm.
It literally at that I've moved to a point where it'll literally violate the essence of who I am, and I might turn my mind to mush.
And
I just
also,
can't ever do
what
that.
I'm
And
proud of
I
you
figured
about,
that
Joseph?
huh?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you about this, right? I'm proud that you can recognize all of these things. You recognize that she's toxic. You recognize your relationship was toxic. You recognize everything. You recognize she don't know what love is. She doesn't know how to nurture. She doesn't know how to be a mother. She doesn't know how to parent. She doesn't know how to be a friend. She doesn't even know how to be a sister or like a auntie or cousin or whatever. She don't know because she don't care about nobody but herself. And that's good that
Yeah,
you can notice
sociopathic
all of those
tendencies.
things. Yeah, and like say like if she said, Joseph, I want us to get back together today. I don't believe you would do that because you know what it could lead to. Either someone's death and like getting locked up in jail or prison for the rest of your life. And I feel like you know this, so no matter how much you cared in the past tense,
Right,
cared, not still
right,
now, because you
right.
don't really care for her now. Your feelings is
No,
towards the
again, you can't
children. I get it.
like getting
And
hurt.
you wouldn't even go back. I know that.
Nope. I
So
hope
that's
that one day she
awesome.
finds Silas and that work out. But that ship sank. It didn't sail. It sailed a long time ago and hit an iceberg and sank, and it's gone.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah, it's
significant.
gone.
She don't know how to be a woman or a human. Yes, the same. Girl, thank you for simplifying it, Big Kitty. She don't even know just how to be human.
Yeah, certain etiquette that separate us from all the other animals. Seriously, that's what it really boiled down to. That interpersonable thing where you might not have the biggest trust or the biggest loyalty for everybody
Right?
around you, but when it's shown, it's delivered and reciprocated in the same intensity, and it's mute to her. It's a foreign concept. The nicer you
Right?
are, she look at it more of a you
As if
supposed
you're
to.
weak. Right.
Yeah, or
He should
this is
either look
her right, and
Mhm.
that this shows
Yes.
how you're less than, and this is your job to
Mm-hmm.
do that. Almost like a king
Either
saying, "Well, you're supposed to be my servant. You know
right.
your place."
Yes. Either it's like you're being like she thinks of you as weak, or like you said, she's owed that. Like, oh, you're supposed to be my servant. Notice what she said about her husband. It was put there to serve me. Look at her thought process on him. It's the same.
Right,
He's
right.
her servant. And also, what woman wants to emasculate her husband? She said that on live. She said she wants to tie him up and see him squirm like a worm. And she said, oh, that would be so funny, guys. That's her thought process on everyone, women,
Yep.
children, and men. Hey, significant.
Hey, lovely. How are you?
I'm good. How you been?
Hey, I've been all right. It's good hearing your voice. I
Significant.
was
This
gonna say
is
see you again.
Joseph, significant. Okay.
Yep.
Hey
Yeah. Whatever,
Joseph,
brother.
what's
Whatever,
good,
brother.
brother? How you feeling, man?
Another day, another dollar. Getting it in as always.
That part.